Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna talk about Crawford versus Canelo, about to be officially streamed. Not about to be, actually officially going to be streamed on Netflix, along with Turki Alalshikh banning runners from Riyadh season. We definitely going to talk about that. Then, of course, we're going to open the platform up to some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button, that'd be very much appreciated. We got some things that we currently need to discuss that's going on in the boxing world. But before we get into that, hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm on the up so the people know that Mazuma TV is live. You feel what I'm saying? We on the road to 3K. I think we're past the halfway mark. We halfway through the 2,900 mark. You feel me? So we about to hit that 3K mark in due time. Shout out to the nation in the mind for making this possible. What's going on? We got my first comment of the day. My boy Lorenzo in the building. What's going on, brother? I hope everything's well with you and yours. What's going on? How the people feeling today? I ain't gonna lie. Today was a rocky day for your boy, man. Oh, man. I just wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling today, bro. I was not in the right headspace. You know what I mean? I had some bullshit going on. The only thing that, besides, the wifey in the gym, my son really made me happy today, man. About to have me a 2-year-old in 2 days, bro. In 2 days, I'm about to have a 2-year-old, man. Beautiful. Well, today Tuesday, brother. Where you at, Coffee? Nigga said Monday madness. Today Tuesday, brother. Appreciate that, Lorenzo. Thank you, man. We got some things we need to discuss. Man, it's a blessing, ain't it? Crawford and Canelo gonna be on Netflix, man. Beautiful work. And I'm assuming that, if you got the subscription, you good. I mean, hopefully we don't have no delays like last time with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. There's a lot of lagging, a lot of service interruptions. You feel me? Huh? PYP Boxer said Canelo was in Philly 2 weeks ago with Boots. I don't know nothing about that, my brother. I ain't hear about that at all. And if he came to Philadelphia with Boots and he was with Boots, that's some strange activity. I don't know what that would possibly be about. I didn't hear nothing about that, brother. But you might know something I don't. I don't know. Personally feel like if he was in Philly, I'd have heard about it, though. Somebody would have said something. Canelo in Philly is like seeing 10K on the floor. Nah, PYP. I don't know nothing about that, brother. I know nothing about that. I know that, like, historically, Boots used to, like, in the past, Boots used to spar. I mean, Canelo used to spar Boots' older brother, Pooh, Derek Ennis. I know that. That was years ago. Yeah, that was years ago. I know he used to spar Boots' brother. And Boots' brother was very sharp, man. Derek Pooh Ennis. He was a monster. I mean, real similar to Boots in all honesty. I just think he wasn't as dedicated as Boots. But yeah, man. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, that shit would have definitely my phone would have definitely went off if that was the case. Niggas would have told me Canelo was down here. Like when Earl Spence was down here, I was getting all types of texts and calls. I got like 2 different phone calls. Yo, I seen Earl at the gallery. I'm like, word? Earl Spence? Yeah, he was eating at Shay's. So I heard, you feel me? Yeah, man, it's a lot of temptation out here, man. You know what I mean? Whenever you walking with God, you better believe the devil following. Cause whenever you got something good going on, you know some fuck shit just sitting there tempting you. And that's with just about anything in life. You feel me? So yeah. But anyways, man. Yeah, I mean, I do think Boots is an ideal sparring partner for Canelo to work with, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think that would be perfect sparring for Canelo. But I don't know if Canelo really want to get beat up by the youngin, man. Because you know that's what be happening. You know what I mean? Like I heard Floyd got off on Purnell when he was older. Earl Spence, Devin Haney got off on Floyd when he was older. You know, shit like that. So you sent me something through IG DM. Let's take a look. See that's false. That's false, PYP. We got to be careful with that because that sparring that this dude is showing Boxerverse, he's a piece of shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's Derek Pooh Ennis. That's not Jerron Ennis. So that's clickbait. That's a false title. You know what I mean? And I hate fucking platforms that just spread. You see how I was able to figure that out right away. Hold up. Hold on. We just got to fight. Oh. Khalik Macau, man. Where's this at? July 19th. I'm gonna sit on that one. Pause. But anyway, yeah, I hate these bum ass YouTube channels that just be lying to the people. You know what I mean? And the people that don't know no better, they look at it as true. You feel me? And I'm not saying that's you, PYP. I be having a whole bunch of people who don't really watch boxing coming up to me and they like, yo, what you seen that? You seen that Boots and Canelo fighting next? I'm like, what? You got a fight lined up with Crawford? No. They say I said, bro, that's a lie, bro. That's a lie. No, man, but I seen. All right, whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, PYP, you gotta be real careful. You came to the right source, brother. Yeah, I mean, because what I'm gonna give you is truth, god damn it. I'm gonna give you the goddamn truth. You feel me? Yeah, you can't be telling these niggas nothing. These niggas don't know shit, and then they come to the nigga who actually know shit, and then they act like that we don't know shit. Ain't that shit crazy? They come to you to answer their question, then when you answer their question, they tell you wrong. All right, don't fucking ask me nothing then, nigga. The fuck? If I'm not somebody that you trust with information, why you asking me questions? Yeah, Mazuma knows real people. Yeah, I know Jerron Ennis. I know Bozy Ennis. I know Pooh. I think I spoke to Pooh once because he came to my gym a few times because he had fighters that competed in my cards. But like I never spoke to bullshit. I bought my Jerron Ennis hoodie off of Farah. Yeah, I mean I went to their hood to go grab that John. Yeah, I know all these niggas, man. Nair Albright, the one who just beat up on Keyshawn Davis' brother, known him for years. I think his DM's packed right now. I was trying to get him on the channel, but you already know niggas done beat me to it. I know just about everybody, bro. Greg Hackett, know all of them. Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. It's gonna be my time coming where everybody gonna know me though. The Cunninghams, absolutely, man. I love the Cunninghams. The OG Steve, you know what I mean? They need to start putting some more respect on Steve Cunningham's name. That's a world champion right there, bro. And they don't even acknowledge him as such. You feel what I'm saying? I don't like that shit, man. They need to put some respect on his motherfucking name. You know what I mean? When he be doing that Team Combat League and shit, they don't even be introducing him as a world champion. That motherfucker's a world champion, bro. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And I think he won 2 world titles. He might have 1 or 2. But regardless, that man's a world champion. They need to put some respect on his name, and he's a vet. And shout out to Steve Cunningham Jr. He's a phenomenal talent. once he get his feet off the ground, he gonna be somebody to talk about. I've had the pleasure of working with him, and you know what I mean. That kid's the truth. That kid's the truth. My man was on that Team Combat League snapping. I think he was in military training. He gonna be in my gym in the summer. He gonna be training this summer. Definitely hit the likes, man. Mark favorite boxer is Slime. That's facts. My boy Slime built like Bacoli in the off season. But his hands faster than Gary Russell's. He's a fat enigma. Can't figure him out. Martin? Yeah. But anyways, let's talk about it, shall we? So, a lot of information has been put out by Ring Magazine, man. Shout out to them for keeping the boxing world informed with what's going on. You feel what I mean? And one of the biggest fights to be talked about, right now, that's cooking up is Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. That fight is signed, sealed, ready to go. It's going down September 13th. And there's been some announcements that's been coming out. So one of the first things that I had saw is that Turki Alalshikh has officially picked Dana White to promote the fight. Do you feel what I mean? He's promoting the fight. And there's some new emerging details that has also came out. I'm going to share the screen for y'all to see it yourselves. Let me see. Let's see it right here. Let me share this with y'all. You know what I mean? Because niggas be like, man, where you getting this information from? The internet, dickhead. The internet. You feel me? So here goes a tweet right here from the verified page, Ring Magazine on X, formerly known as Twitter. And it says Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. The Ring Magazine belt. Notice how they put that first. Petty as hell. The WBA, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO belts are on the line. It's a super middleweight contest being streamed on Netflix September 13th in Las Vegas, USA. You feel what I'm saying? So there that is right there. I still think they're trying to decide which venue they're gonna pick in Las Vegas. But regardless, that's where it's going down at. That's what we know thus far. It is what it is. So that's a nice fight poster, by the way. I like that. You feel what I mean? It says, who's the one? So I'm guess they're assuming like who's the one, like who's the best of this era. You feel what I mean? Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? And, this ain't the fight that we preferred, obviously. If you follow Mazuma TV, we wanted to see Canelo do different things. We wanted to see Bud do different things. But, the powers that be decided that this is the fight that they want. So as boxing fans, we either going to watch it or we're not. And considering the fact that I want to see Bud rise to the occasion, I want to see him beat the dog shit out of Canelo Alvarez because I'm sick of this motherfucker being around, taking advantage of the sport, leeching off of the sport, thinking because he did things in the past that everybody just got to kiss his ass and, follow whatever the fuck he want to do. Absolutely not. I'm rooting for Terence Crawford. Hopefully he's acclimating to the weight really well. I hope that, he's able to, get in phenomenal shape with the additional weight that's on him. And I hope that he has a beautiful game plan set in place with Bomac, Coach Red, I forgot the Mexican coach name. I think was it Saul or Raul? I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking up crazy. But regardless, Netflix $10.99. What you mean? We got to pay for the fight? Or is that nah. We got to pay. It's going to be a pay-per-view on Netflix? Nah, no way. You lying, right? Is that what it is? That's the reality? No, it's not a pay-per-view. I think we would have heard about that by now. I think they would have mentioned that. Oh, you saying that's how much the subscription is? I think Netflix more expensive than that now. He said you gotta chill when you're scrolling on there. Coffee crazy. But no, I was scrolling through the thread, bro. I'm not crazy, bro. I'm not gonna click that homepage. You know what I mean? Because this channel might get taken down. Winston said, let me take this down. Winston said, oh, okay. Ralph said Netflix sold almost like $20 now. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? But it's very convenient for people who's already paying for the subscription. You feel what I mean? Like, my girl got her Netflix on my motherfucking TV, so we gonna make it do what it do. We gonna watch it. You feel me? But I never personally paid for Netflix. Like I pay for YouTube. What the fuck I gotta pay for Netflix for? Plus, I don't really watch shows anyway. You feel me? Like I think the only time I really tuned in to like binge watch a show on Netflix was the Michael Jordan The Last Dance joint. I was fascinated with that. But regardless, um, that's the only time that I really been on Netflix for real. I don't even know. Was that on Netflix? Yeah, I think The Last Dance was on Netflix. Winston said, I bet it'll crash for some people. That was the biggest concern when I first heard about it being like officially put on Netflix. Like I was happy that it was on Netflix because it's gonna be so open for the people to watch. I'm for the progression of boxing. However, when we watched that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight on Netflix, man, there was a lot of issues, man. My shit was buffering all crazy. You know what I mean? And now, error messages popping up and all types of shit, man. Like it was just very inconvenient. You know what I mean? And I can't stand little mishaps like that, especially when there's a lot of money on the line or when it's a big event, because it just makes the sport look bad. You know what I mean? And we already have too many moments in boxing where the sport looks bad. You feel what I mean? So considering that this is a big fight, you know what I mean? This is going to be a popular fight. I think this is the type of fight that's going to get the casual boxer fans' attention. I mean, hopefully they on point. You know what I mean? Hopefully we don't have no issues. They have like the best service possible. And with all the money that Turki Alalshikh putting up, you know what I mean? The reception in that motherfucker better be pristine. That shit better be crystal clear out this motherfucker. You feel me? Wasn't Jake Paul and Tyson pay-per-view? I don't believe it was. It was on Netflix. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. That's good news. You know what I mean? Terrence Crawford to be streamed on Netflix. Terrence Crawford and Canelo to be streamed on Netflix. I seen they had a interview with Morgan's Pierre and whatever the fuck his name is. I forgot his name. That British dude, Pierre's Morgan. I don't know. But I seen that they were sitting side by side and they both believe in their abilities. You feel what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez says that Terrence Crawford is a great fighter, but he's not Canelo. That's the exact mentality that he should have. And Terrence Crawford believes in himself too. He really thinks he's going to come through. And as he says, puts himself on the Mount Rushmore of boxing. He genuinely feels like with his previous accolades, along with beating Canelo Alvarez while simultaneously moving up, basically 3 divisions, that'll solidify his legacy and put him in the eyes and have him like unanimously be considered an all-time great. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is a good fight. Like I said, I still think it's an uphill battle for Terrence Crawford considering the circumstances, but at the same time, I do feel like this is the ultimate opportunity to catch Canelo Alvarez, considering that last performance. I mean, he looked terrible against William Skull. Everybody blaming William Skull for how the way the fight went out, but Terrence, Canelo looked a step slower. You know what I'm saying? His punches look real predictable, very telegraphed. He was very economical. Refused to punch in certain instances. He ran into certain counters from William Skull. Little stuff like that. He's still dangerous, but he's definitely not the Canelo that we seen a few years back. This ain't the one that went on that 168 title run when he beat Callum Smith, when he beat Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders. That's not the same Canelo that we see in here. So, Terrence Crawford, although he is older than Canelo Alvarez, he has less mileage than Canelo Alvarez. So I think the youth really plays on his side, even though he's older. Terrence Crawford don't got wear and tear in his body, from 70-plus fights. He hasn't been boxing professionally since he was 15 years old. You know what I mean? So And, to be honest with you, Canelo done been through some wars. So when you go through these wars, you leave that ring less and less of yourself. Your body is a lot older than what, your literal age is, especially when you're going through them Triple G fights, the Miguel Cotto fights, you piling up injuries, knees, shoulders, hands, and, it's you catching Canelo lacking. If you're gonna catch Canelo lacking at any time in his career, is right now. So I'm pushing for Terrence Crawford to get the W. And plus, I don't root for no drug cheats. You know what I mean? Even if I, wanted to root for Canelo, I wouldn't, because the last thing I'm gonna do is root for a previous drug cheat over a motherfucker who's always been a clean athlete. So salute. Man, people saying Bud looking slow. I mean, of course he's gonna look slower, man. When you go up in weight, like how many people have you ever seen move up multiple weight classes and become faster or maintain that same speed? If you going up in weight, things are gonna slow down. You feel what I'm saying? Your hand speed gonna slow down, probably. Your foot speed is gonna slow down, possibly. Your reflexes might even slow down. You might be, you can't tell me that the 175 Andre Ward was the same Andre Ward that was at 168. You feel what I mean? And that might have had to do with his age as well and the inactivity that Andre Ward sustained throughout his career. But, when you move up in weight, things do slow down. Things do slow down. You can't tell me that Floyd's feet and hands were as fast at 130 as they was at 147. Like Canelo, like Floyd's speed at 130 and Floyd's speed at 147, drastically different. And Floyd was fast at welterweight, but he wasn't super featherweight Floyd fast. You feel me? So, people got to really take that into consideration. When you're moving up in weight, you're gonna slow down somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? You might diminish in the power department. You might diminish in the hand and foot speed department. You're going to fall off somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lara at 54 versus Lara at 160. Yeah, I think age had more to do with that. You know what I mean? Once he got to 60, he was already creeping into his 40s. And he 42 now? But, regardless, Lara was never really a big 54 in the first place. So, yeah, I can only imagine at 160 how much, and plus, when you're moving up in weight, you don't got to train as hard to cut weight. You feel me? That's why I was saying I hope that Terrence Crawford is, maintaining that weight and at the same time is getting his conditioning to the best it's ever been in his career. I mean, that's going to be hard to do because for you to really get into great, phenomenal shape, some weight cutting is going to have to be involved. And, Bud's not really cutting that much weight to get to 168, to be honest with you. If let's say Bud walking around 180 right now, it's only a 12-pound cut. That's not that much for an 8-week camp, to be honest with you. You feel me? Canelo got the advantage in terms of that because he might be walking around 185, 190, but he's been at the weight longer. He's been there for years. So when you're more experienced at a weight class, you're more sure of yourself. You got that reassurance like, oh, I've been at this weight before. I know how I feel here. I know what I could do. I know what I can't do. Crawford don't know that. He's never been in a boxing ring in a professional setting at 168 pounds. And I seen Bud, training. He working his defense. He getting a little light on his feet. And yeah, he looked a little heavier. But the agility still looks there, you know what I'm saying? But you can't expect this man to be moving as fast as he did when he was at 35 and 40 and 47. This motherfucker is at super middleweight, bro. That's what I'm referring to. When I speak about the uphill battles that fighters go through, moving up multiple weight classes, that's one of the things that I take into consideration. I say it was an uphill battle for Bud, because we don't know what his punch resistance is going to be like. How is he going to be able to take a flush shot from a super middleweight on the chin? That's one. How is he going to be able to – is his legs going to be underneath him? Is he still going to have that same bounce? Is he still going to have that same foot speed? Is he still going to have that same hand speed? You feel what I'm saying? And then we talking about punching power. How do we know that although Crawford was stopping shit at 47, stopping shit at 40, and stopping shit at 35, how do we know that he's gonna have the punching power necessary to stop a full-blown super middleweight in Canelo Alvarez? Yeah, Canelo Alvarez is a small super middleweight, but nonetheless, he's a super middleweight. How I know? Because this dude has been at the weight for many years. He's been consistently beating guys at a high level at super middleweight for years. So, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm referring to when I speak about that uphill battle, y'all. Like this ain't just, oh, you just make the weight and you just got to go in there and box. No, it's a lot of shit that needs to be taken into consideration when you're moving up multiple weight classes, especially in one training camp. In my eyes, this is a 3-weight class move up. And Bud even said it himself. It's really a 3-weight class move up. The nigga got one fight at 154. You ain't take time to acclimate the junior middleweight. So you had one stop at 54 when you was coming from 47. And now you're going 54, 60, 68. Totally different ball game, bro. Them dudes are bigger. They punching harder. You feel what I mean? They taking better punches than guys at welterweight. Crawford gonna have to put on a phenomenal performance, bro. You're bored. What is you referring to? Wait. Canelo is the face of this era, and Crawford beats him full stop. I don't understand what that means, brother. You gotta elaborate. That didn't make any sense to me. You also go on to say you just can't hide the famous and the popularity in this business. Still don't know what you're referring to. That has nothing to do with what I was talking about. I was not referring to popularity. I was not referring to people being famous throughout this whole monologue. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. You got to elaborate. Yeah, bro. Like, if you're not fully acclimated to the weight class, how can I say that you a 154? You know what I mean? Peso Pluma, shout out to Peso Pluma in the building. He says, I want Bud to talk crazy to Canelo at the press conference. Well, Bud ain't never really been that tight. Bud has always been reserved and, business-like. It's only when somebody talks crazy to him is when he'll respond. You feel what I'm saying? So if we want to see Terrence Crawford respond in a way, that's entertaining to the fans, Canelo going to have to initiate it. And Canelo is not really somebody who comes across as confrontational neither. So I think that, there's not going to be much, talk in between the two. You feel what I mean? Unless the media asks a question and, somebody answers it a certain way that triggers another fighter. You feel what I mean? And that's different because the media can instigate a little bit. I've seen it happen where they'd be like, Terrence Crawford said that, he's going for the knockout. What you think about that? And Canelo will probably be like, he ain't going to stop shit. Or he'll say something like, oh, no, he think he's going to stop me, but I think he's the one that's going to get stopped. And then Crawford could be in a shitty mood and be like, yeah, all right, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. Then it could be some shit like that. But I doubt that anything will be initiated between either one of them. You know what I mean? It seemed like they both got respect for each other, to be honest. Yeah, that's what Canelo said. He's going to feel something different. You're going to feel something very special. That nigga told Caleb Plant, you are not on my level. You're gonna see something special and feel. I was like, oh shit. That nigga Caleb Plant was like, you a drug cheat. Caleb was like, you a drug cheat. You're gonna see something special and feel. I was like, oh shit. This nigga Canelo was on a mission. Yeah, that's definitely a pause, but he said it, not me. Swear to God, bro, go watch that press conference. Same press conference where he slapped Caleb Plant. You're going to see something special and feel. I was like, nigga, what? That nigga was speaking from an angry place. He said, fight Benavidez, he will talk crazy. Yeah, Benavidez, I'm just going to beat the shit out of him. And, that's just what it is. I got two. He be talking crazy. Yeah, Canelo says, I'm a bitch. Why don't you just fight me then? No, call my mom. Talk about my mom. Yeah, Bellafield. Talk about my mom. Oh, you motherfucker. I know motherfucker. You motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Rouse said Canelo disrespected the fuck out of Belonga. He said, "You not Lara playing Triple G, Floyd, etc." He not. He not. But based off of that logic, Canelo, if you know that he's not on the level of none of them guys, why are you fighting him? Why are you giving him an opportunity? See, you say shit like that, you diminishing your opponent, but by you diminishing it, it makes you look like a cherry picker as a result. You see that? That's why I don't really understand why fighters, fight certain guys and then go out their way to call them bums, like Richardson Hitchens. He hilarious, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look at that shit. I want to be a fan of the dude because he funny as hell to me. You know what I mean? He could box. He got skills. And he be popping his shit. Like he a good trash talker. He entertaining. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch Richardson Hitchens, but he pussy, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like he be talking that big shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like he not really cut like that. Richardson is funny as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He be sitting there, he be making me laugh. But I want y'all to hear something. Y'all. So damn, man, we talk so much in the group chat. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Let me see. So in the group chat, wait. Richardson Hitchens was like going on this rant while he was in the ring, and I'm like, bro, this nigga Hitchens dead ass, bro. Like you could tell he just watched Floyd all the fucking time, bro. Like he watched Floyd so much that when he talked, he don't even realize how influenced he is by Floyd. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this rant that Hitchens went on when he was in the ring talking about Haney and all these different dudes. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, this is right here. It's fucked up in the boxing world right now. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. It's fucked up in the boxing world right now. I don't understand. See, Fimo, he over there, he fucking his money up with the hand that feed him. Ryan Garcia is losing to Brody. Devin Haney just got fucked up by Ryan. Ryan got fucked up by Rolly. That shit is all crazy in the boxing world. I don't understand it. You hear that, right? So hear how the way he started that whole spiel he went on. Hear the way he says. Shit is fucked up in the boxing world. Shit is fucked up in the boxing world right now. Then he get to talking about every fighter and what's wrong with them. I want y'all to hear this. Because I used to watch Floyd heavy. So if anybody is influenced, or if I peep anybody being influenced by Floyd, I'm going to know right away if you influenced by Floyd or not. Because I used to watch Floyd heavy. Right? So I don't know if I used to watch 24/7, right? But I remember when Floyd went on his little jog when he was getting ready for the Victor Ortiz fight. And look how the way he started his little rant while he was running. Beat him, I'm gonna beat him and throw him in the dungeon. No, hold up. Naked. That's a pause. I don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead.
The clash is 2 weeks away.
Listen to what Floyd said.
Are already at war.
Shit is fucked up in the boxing world. My daddy jealous of me and Roger's relationship. My daddy always been jealous because he wasn't shit as a fighter. De La Hoya wearing drag, doing coke. Motherfucking Ortiz looking like a Victoria's Secret model. What the fuck is going on?
You see what I'm saying? Bro, as soon as Hitchens went on that rant when he was talking about dudes, I said, bro, he sounds just like, bro, he literally copy and pasted. He probably watched Floyd the day before. He was like, damn, Floyd talking slick. I'm going to take that. Bro, he definitely practiced that, bro. Like, there's no way you just came up with that on your own. And that shit sounds verbatim what Floyd was saying. Let's hear what Hitchens says again.
Shit is fucked up in the boxing world right now. I don't understand. See, Fimo, he over there, he fucking his money up with the hand that feed him. Ryan Garcia is losing to Brody. Devin Haney just got fucked up by Ryan. Ryan got fucked up by Rolly. This shit is all crazy in the boxing world. I don't understand it.
Now let's go back to what Floyd said.
The clash is 2 weeks away. The approaches are already at war.
Shit is fucked up in the boxing world. My daddy jealous of me and Roger's relationship. My daddy always been jealous because he wasn't shit as a fighter. De La Hoya wearing drag, doing coke. Motherfucking Ortiz looking like a Victoria's Secret model.
What the fuck is going on?
Man, y'all know I don't get nervous.
That ran classic though. I ain't gonna lie. Floyd was funny as fuck. Seemed like as Floyd got older, he became a terrible trash talker, but at his peak, he was hilarious. You could tell Hitchens is heavily influenced by Floyd. I'm gonna just say that. And my message to Hitchens, bro, we peep you copying niggas, cause like, listen, Floyd influenced this whole generation after him. You feel what I mean? And I'll be peeping like when niggas be talking in interviews, they be sounding like Floyd, cause they be saying shit that Floyd say. Oh, I'm an A-class fighter. He's a C-class fighter. You hear that shit all the time. I heard Devin Haney and all them niggas say that shit. You got that from Floyd when he was talking shit about Arturo Gatti in that interview. They be like I said before. I be hearing that shit. Like I said before. Y'all got that from Floyd. And that's understandable because Floyd was the most popular, greatest fighter of his era. So the people that come after him, they gonna look up to Floyd because they want to be like Floyd. Kind of like, Kobe really looked up to Mike. You feel what I mean? And was taking his little post moves and his pull-up jumpers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kobe at one point in time wanted to be like Mike. You feel me? That's how I see a lot of these young niggas, you know what I mean? They look up to Floyd. They be wearing the same glasses he used to wear. You know what I mean? The watches, the chain. A lot of that shit came from Floyd. Floyd kind of brought that hip-hop vibe to boxing, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really recall too many fighters before Floyd that was wearing fucking iced out Cuban links and big, expensive ass watches. And bro, I don't really recall anybody doing that before Floyd. Not to Floyd's level, not to his level of flashiness. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Zab Judah, but Floyd, Floyd was on a different level, bro. Like Zab Judah had that, you know what I mean? He had that too. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember Zab. But Floyd, like I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Anonymous says, they steal each other's lines too, though. Ever noticed both Tank and Shakur? I feel as though, yeah, but I be hearing niggas from the hood talk like that too. That's like they go to. I be talking to niggas that be around the way. I feel as though if so and so, if I feel as though. So I don't know. I feel like that's like hood terminology, but you know what I mean? They probably is stealing off of each other. Maybe they watch each other's interviews and don't even peep that they being influenced by the niggas that they be talking shit about. You feel what I'm saying? But Hitchens, definitely influenced by Floyd. Like bad, bro. Like he want to be just like Floyd. Even like when he talks shit like the young Floyd. For those of y'all who just coming in, look at this shit. That's how influenced Hitchens is by Floyd.
It's fucked up in the boxing world right now. I don't understand. See, a female man, he fucking his money up with the head that feed him. Ryan Garcia is losing to Brody. Devin Haney just got fucked up by Ryan. Ryan got fucked up by Rolly. This shit is all crazy in the boxing world. I don't understand it.
This shit like when you take somebody's essay and you try to write it in your old words and still get caught plagiarizing. Fuck nigga.
The clash is 2 weeks away. The approaches are already at war.
Shit is fucked up in the boxing world. My daddy jealous of me and Roger's relationship. My daddy always been jealous because he wasn't shit as a fighter. De La Hoya wearing drag, doing coke. Motherfucking Ortiz looking like a Victoria's Secret model. What the fuck is going on? Man, you know.
Shit crazy, right? I noticed that because then nobody watched Floyd like I did growing up. But it never made me want to imitate the nigga. Like, never. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. Floyd got a lot of influence. I mean, everybody, like I remember Ryan Garcia used to talk shit about Floyd, talking about, oh, I like Pacquiao more than Floyd. Floyd go take this nigga out to a mall and go shopping, all of a sudden Floyd his favorite fighter. You know what I mean? This nigga Floyd been disrespecting Devin Haney for I don't know how long. been trying to get on his downfall for I don't know how long. Devin Haney still be giving the nigga props, still be showing him love when the nigga don't like him. Floyd made it clear he don't like Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner still be trying to talk about Floyd. Like, these niggas love Floyd, bro. And I get it, bro. You know what I mean? Well, I don't get it because if a nigga say fuck me, it's fuck you. You feel me? I don't give a fuck who they is. But yeah, man. Oh man, teach you petty, cuz I ain't even about to put that up. But yeah, man, like Floyd be hating on this whole new generation, and they still love this nigga. I'm like, bro, I don't be getting it, bro. I'll be the first nigga to be like, man, fuck Floyd, bro. As much as I love that nigga growing up, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I bought them Reebok boxing boots because of Floyd. I used to see Floyd wearing them all the time. I was like, man, I need those. I went on that Reebok website, bought him. Ammo started quoting Floyd too. Ammo ain't on that level where he not on that level where he should be quoting Floyd. He need to go quote Butterbean or some shit like that. That nigga suck. But anyways, oh, you said Amma. I think you meant, oh, that's an A. I thought that was an O at the end. Damn, Ammo just caught it straight for no reason. My fault, Ammo. I make smart investments. He's a hell of a fighter. Bro, they say that too. I be hearing Shakur saying that shit. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. Like, y'all niggas be glazing and y'all ain't be peeping it. Y'all niggas be subconsciously glazing niggas. Yeah, Ammo dressing up with a tail behind. I'm like, what is you doing, nigga? Niggas watch anime and think they don't real like character. They be thinking they don't characters in real life. George says, what do you think about David Benavidez versus Jai Opetaia? Very dangerous fight for Benavidez, bro. That dude Opetaia, he's big. He can fucking punch. You feel what I mean? You can tell he got some ring intelligence as well. Benavidez is a big boy, but you know what I mean? I think he needs to acclimate to 175 before we start talking about him going up to cruiserweight. You feel what I mean? And it seemed like, and I feel bad for Benavidez because he wants those big fights so bad. You could tell that his pace is slowly but surely thinning. And he's talking about fighting Gilberto Ramirez at cruiserweight and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, just be a little bit patient with 175. But all of the bullshit that he's been through at 168. I think he pretty much traumatized by that situation he went through at 168, and he feels like they about to do the same thing to him at 175. So he's like, man, let me just go up to cruiserweight and see if there's an opportunity up there. But I feel like that's where, in my opinion, Benavidez is one of my him, Bam, and Boots are my favorite fighters in boxing right now. But I think cruiserweight is when he's really going to start running into some difficulty. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really want to see him there anytime soon. If there's a good opportunity there or a winnable fight, yeah. But you know what I mean? 175, I'd rather see him go there. I'd rather see him fight a Callum Smith, Anthony Yard. Even if he goes out to the UK, I feel like that'd be fucking lit. I'm sure the UK fans would love to see Benavidez live in action. And, continue to put pressure on these guys. Better be even Bivol. You know what I'm saying? They so worried about fighting each other. You know what I mean? They should be fighting you, to be honest with you. And let's see what happens in this trilogy. You know what I mean? Because I don't see why they wouldn't fight you. This nigga Turki Alalshikh talking about he don't want to put any fighters on them ring cards and on Riyadh season cards where they're quote unquote running. Benavidez don't run, and you wasn't trying to give him no opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? Man, we gonna talk about that shit, bro. But yeah. Yeah, man. Who would I like to see on the undercard for Canelo versus Bud? I would like to see. I want to see some good fights, man. What's some good fights? What division we starting at? I would like to see Jai Opetaia versus Gilberto Ramirez. Let's see that. I'll take a Benavidez versus Canelo Smith on that card, even though Canelo Smith looked like he want to fight Yard. Martin Bacoli, fat ass. You know what I mean? When he stopped dirty whining, he could go ahead and he could rematch F.A. Ajagba maybe. Or I kind of want to see him rematch F.A., but I don't know. I definitely want to see Ban versus Inoue. They're not in the same weight class, brother. They 2 weight classes apart. Now I'm eating sour cream and onion chips, the green bag. Turkey offered Benavidez a fight. He turned it down. Yeah, he didn't name an exact opponent or whatever the case was, but Turki Alalshikh wanted him to fight at Alcatraz, and he like, what the fuck? Bacoli fat ass versus Big Baby Miller. That's a good fight. You gotta get some drug testing, but that's a good fight. That's actually a really good fight, Kai Fly. You feel me? That boy George in the building, he says, I feel like they holding back Benavidez from becoming that potential next face of boxing because they still want to use Canelo's name to generate more money. I mean, that's possible. You know what I mean? The Turki Alalshikh gets a lot of props, and you know they calling him, they giving him all types of kudos because, and you know, the reality is the reason why these promoters are so big on Turki Alalshikh is because of them percentages they be getting off of them Turki Alalshikh paydays. That's really what it is. They getting paid well. De La Hoya be glazing Turki. You know what I'm saying? Because Turki be cashing out his fighters, and he gets percentages of that. He bought the Ring magazine off of Oscar De La Hoya, so he glazing them off of that. You feel what I mean? That's basically what it is. You know what I mean? So let's say a promoter gets 10%. I don't know the percentages, but let's say a promoter gets 10% of what a fighter earns. If they getting 10% of 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 10 million, 15 million, they gonna have a nice little check waiting on them. And they don't see them percentages outside of Turki Alalshikh, so of course they're gonna be bigging him up and wanting to continue doing business with him because they making a killing off his ass. You feel me? But Dead T1, yeah, Dead T1. That's what Bacoli be doing. He be waving his one hand like this, and he be popping his. Man, I'm not about to go back into that, man. I done fried Bacoli like 2 lives straight. But yeah, I mean, we be giving Turki a lot of props, but he be doing some fuck shit too. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, all these promoters and businessmen in boxing, they got their pros and their cons, but Turki Alalshikh, he been cooking me lately. I ain't gonna lie to you. He first started with that bullshit where he was talking about crushing other promoters. You know what I mean? Because Turki, that type nigga, you could tell he a lame without money, right? Like niggas wouldn't really fuck with him if it wasn't for money. Let's take a look at Turki Alalshikh and see how the way this nigga built, because he got one of the worst physiques that I've ever seen in boxing history. You know what I mean? Like this nigga built like a Mexican grandma. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Look at this nigga right here. He be sitting there. He be thinking he's so cool too. Look at this nigga. Look at the way he built. He got that big ass. He got that big white shirt on. You can see all this underboob. He be cooking me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like this the nigga that be popping it like he big shit in boxing. I mean, he is big shit, but yeah, I mean, look how the way he built.
For everyone. Thank you, Canelo.
Look how little his collar is with that swollen ass head. This nigga look like a pinky toe with an ingrown nail in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is the nigga. Look, he got the perv glasses on and all.
Thank you, Netflix.
Thank
Bella.
you.
Thank you,
Netflix.
Thank you, all your
Look,
team.
you can see his titty outline.
Netflix.
Thank
you, Nick Khan.
This the nigga who
you.
talking shit about.
Thank you, Dana.
boxers.
My brother.
This nigga would be a straight up lame if he didn't have a bag. He would straight up be a lame if he didn't have a bag, yo. Like, who would be cool with Turki if he didn't have money? You keep it 1,000. You think would you Do you think these boxing niggas would sit back and be this nigga friend, kick it at the crib with him, throw something on the grill, you know what I mean, drink some beer? Like, Turkey, you not cool like that, nigga. And he really feeling himself because all these niggas be kissing his ass, so he feel like he can just say whatever he want. He first started with that fuck shit when he was talking about the promoters, that he gonna crush all the promoters, and you know what I mean, he didn't want the world title belts on stage. Then when everybody started snapping back on him, and they ain't want Dana White involved because they was talking about getting rid of the Muhammad Ali Act, all of a sudden you want to take shit back and act like you want to work with everybody, right? So you got a little bit of humble pie right there. You realize you ain't who the fuck you thought you was in terms of being him. You not him. You just bring money. You just bring money to the table, because outside of that, you a lame. You feel me? Then on top of that, you know what I mean? You over here, I'm hearing from multiple fighters that, you know what I mean, you promising them one thing, and then, you know, then you come back and say a whole nother thing. Shakur said it. Teofimo Lopez just said it. And, you know, Tio a habitual liar, so who fucking knows what the truth is with his situation. But that's two different fighters saying how you agreed to a certain number, and all of a sudden you pulling back. So you're not a man of your word, guys. I don't know if you got a brain tumor. I don't know. That's out of my I don't know. I have no idea. But he coming out, he doing that shit. So now you lying to niggas about what you gonna pay them. Then you get sensitive when motherfuckers don't want to be on your type of time. You feel me? Like Canelo was like, bro, I'm not really. No, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait and fight until September. I want to fight in May. You feel what I mean? So he hate when niggas tell him no, like a little spoiled child and shit. He got a lot. Turkey got a lot of little issues, man. So now, most recently, he came on Twitter and he put out this announcement right here. And I want to know what y'all think about it before I get into it. Let's pull it up. This is from Turki Alalshikh's official account on Twitter. Let me share the screen for y'all to see this, so y'all can see it yourselves. I want to know what y'all interpretation is of it. And he says from this tweet, from this point on, I don't want to see any more Tom and Jerry type boxing matches where one fighter is running around the ring and the others is chasing him. I think he meant to say no longer support. We can no longer support these kinds of fights with Riyadh season in the ring. We want to support fighters who leave it all in the ring and fight with heart and pride. That's Turki Alalshikh's remarks right there regarding, you know, him not liking certain styles. You feel what I mean? And this has been a heavy criticism throughout the boxing world recently, where, you know, a lot of fans are expressing their disdain for the outboxer. They have issues with fighters who, you know, utilize movement and, you know what I mean, specialize in the art of hitting and not getting hit. You feel what I mean? And you can see, you know, the first person they bringing up is Devin Haney. You feel what I'm saying? And that was his performance against, you know, Jose Ramirez. I'm going to stop sharing it because, you know, they might do some type of copyright bullshit. You feel what I mean? So I'm gonna completely shut that off. But yeah, that's Turki Alalshikh's comments. Now, I want to know exactly what your interpretation is of this, because I know I might have a different opinion from y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, and it all started with that showbiz, that weirdo nigga that be running around with the big ass eyes and that taco hat, coming out here talking about there needs to be a no running rule in boxing, and you know what I'm saying? He completely took accountability. What showbiz did with that whole situation was he completely let me see how I can say this. I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. He's completely taking accountability from the ones who clearly don't have the skill set necessary to neutralize the outboxer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we sitting here talking about the guy running around in an enclosed space. It's not like the motherfuckers could, you know, jump over the ropes like Rey Mysterio and, you know what I mean, come back in the ring and jump off the turnbuckle like Jeff Hardy. Like, bro, no, we're in an enclosed space where you can only go so far. You feel what I mean? You can only go in so many different directions. You know what I mean? That's what they consider running. But guy says you can move, but you got to throw punches. Okay, if you're referring back to the Devin Haney situation, he outlanded multiple fighters. And he's getting criticized more than all them guys. I thought for what I saw, I think he outlanded Rolly Romero. He outlanded Ryan Garcia, from what I remember. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but he did outland a few different people, but only one of them is being criticized for their performance. To be honest with you, that nigga ain't no comedian. For you to be a comedian, you gotta be funny. Showbiz is ugly. That nigga's if he's any type of comedian, that nigga's like a feature comedian. Like he's a face comedian. If his face funny, what comes out of his face not funny, but what's on his face is funny. You feel what I mean? Jab Queen Boxing, what up? Listen, Kai, Fly, there's definitely room for improvement. That was one of the things that I've always said. You know, is there more that Devin Haney could have done? Yes. Could he have thrown more punches? Yes. Could he have been a little bit more assertive, more aggressive? Yes. However, like I said not too long ago, with them saying that they're not going to be dealing with guys who run and shit like that, bro, you're completely taking accountability away from the guys who are unable to neutralize the outboxer. What you're doing is you're not holding these fighters accountable for the skills that they lack. Like I said, and I've said this on multiple lives already, we don't ever hear guys like David Benavidez talk about how guys running. That's not why they're going to fight them. You hear from guys like Isaac Cruz, Canelo Alvarez, Teofimo Lopez. We hear from them type of guys. But guys like David Benavidez don't trip about that. And he's faced multiple guys who, have great lateral movement like Demetrius Andre, Caleb Plant, David Morrell. You don't ever hear him say that he's not going to fight them or doesn't like to fight those type of styles because they move too much. No, he cuts off the ring and he beats you the fuck up. And I feel like, you know what I mean? Instead of telling these guys, man, you need to improve your cutting off the ring ability. You do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you do need to do that. But with y'all putting the spotlight on, the outboxer just being like a fucking huge curse to the sport of boxing, you making these guys feel okay with not being able to cut off the ring. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of them going back into the gym and getting better, what y'all doing is making it okay for them to be limited in skill set. Y'all are hurting the fighters, to be honest with you. Because if nobody hold them accountable, they feel like they ain't got to improve, and they just going to keep being the limited fighters that they are. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that. So Turki Alalshikh, you know what I mean? I guess he hearing the people talking about their displeasures and seeing that style, and he jumping off board. So in my mind, Turki Alalshikh, you know what I'm saying? Turki Alalshikh is, pretty much feeding into the casual boxing fans narrative. And yeah, motherfuckers like Showbiz are casual boxing fans, at least to me. Them motherfuckers ain't been in the game as long as me. They can't break down the sport like me. They can't go into detail about fighter styles like me. They don't study fight footage like me. Like they don't know the shit that I know. So they might be hardcore boxing fans to y'all, but to me, they casuals. You know what I mean? It's just different levels of boxing knowledge. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Turki Alalshikh is feeding into this casual boxer fan narrative, and he running with it. He running with it. So I got a question to ask Turki Alalshikh, right? Because you promoting this big fight coming up September 13th, and I just want to ask you this. Do you think that Terrence Crawford about to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots with Canelo Alvarez? Do you think that his game plan is going to be to sit in the ring with Canelo Alvarez and not showcase any type of lateral movement, considering he's moving up damn near 3 weight classes to fight the man? You think he's not going to use his legs? Because clearly you got a problem with motherfuckers using their legs. You don't like the fact that motherfuckers is moving around the ring and the slower, limited fighter can't cut off the ring. So you mean to tell me Showbiz predicted Ryan's flaw of leaving the phone down? He's not a casual. What you mean he predicted it? Ryan Garcia has done that traditionally in every fight that he's had thus far in his career. That's not you predicted. That's not a prediction. That's not a prediction at all. That's a tendency that you can see in fights It's obvious. That's not a prediction. That's a tendency that Ryan Garcia has that he brought to the light. Stop it, man. He's a casual, cuz. He's a casual. Trust me. If me and him got on the same platform and we spoke boxing, I'll show you the difference. But considering that I'm a small channel, he wouldn't give me the time of day. That motherfucker ain't never boxed in his life. He need to box them big ass eyes inside some motherfucking shades so we don't gotta see them motherfuckers. That's what he need to do. You need to box them big ass eyes into some motherfucking glasses. Entrap them motherfuckers. Put some shades so we ain't gotta see them big ass pupils hanging out your motherfucking skull. You feel me? Showbiz got them thyroid problems. That nigga look like his blood pressure 250/98. That's what the fuck it look like. You feel me? But nah, for real though, you know, away from like the bidding and all that bullshit. I see Showbiz punching the bag. That's all he hit. Bags don't hit back, nigga. So look, it's cool when you hitting the bag. I could look like a motherfucking prime Tito Trinidad hitting that bag. What? These niggas is weirdos, cuz. Pack him up. Showbiz definitely got chat GBT level knowledge of the game. Yeah, he look like he go over there. He be like, please make some arguments for why this person's better than this person. They write out a whole John for him. He's like, oh, thanks, chat. Nigga said he could punch. How you know, Teach? How you know? He hit you before? You sound like a casual assuming somebody could punch because they hit in the bag. I could smack a bag and it'll sound like I got infinite punching power. How you know? He hit you before? You saw him punching the bag. So that's all you need. That's all you need to feel like a nigga could punch. Who he punched? Gotta test tomorrow. Mazuma, wish me luck. Good luck to you. Somebody, do your best, man. You know what I mean? I hope you get the best outcome possible and hopefully you prepare properly. Because preparing properly prevents poor performance, brother. That's some alliteration for you, man. All right, Teach. Go be his coach, man. Get him ready to fight me and I'll fight him. Let's see if he got punching power. You know what I mean? This nigga said, Showbiz look mid on the bag. He look like Derek Brunson. Wow. But to go back to this Turki Alalshikh topic, man, it seems like Turki Alalshikh is banning runners from Riyadh season. He's sick of paying his hard-earned money that he didn't even earn on guys who specialize in the ability of hitting and not getting hit. That's what it seems like, people. So it's ironic because, you know, one of the guys that get criticized heavily for his movement happens to be on a card that's coming up, Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? He's fighting on the card. You know what I mean? From what I understand, he was just trying to lock in a fight with Devin Haney. That's one of the most heavily criticized guys for his movement, especially in his last performance. But, you know, we'll see what he's talking about. Maybe he was talking about William Skull. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, Turkey, some of the biggest, if you're taking that approach, you're going to be missing out on some serious fights in the sport of boxing, just based off of Devin Haney and Shakur alone. I'm telling you that. Because Shakur's name is tied with one of the biggest fights to be made in the sport of boxing, which is Shakur versus Gervonta Davis. And then we got, you know, Devin Haney, whose name is linked to guys like Shakur Stevenson himself, Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez. You're going to miss out on a shit ton of fights. But I feel like you will only care for that if you was a true boxing fan. And I mean, Turkey be feeling himself out here in these streets. Yeah, man. He probably got mad because Devin don't want to hold his hand or some shit like that. I don't know. And if you're a true boxing fan, I'm gonna just say this. If you got a preference in style, that's okay. I mean, I got my preference in style. I love boxer punchers. I love guys that have the ability to box, but can punch like a son of a bitch. Tito Trinidad, Guillermo Rigondeaux, Erislandy Lara. Shit, before Canelo got popped with the juice, I used to enjoy his fights. Miguel Cotto. Cotto, I wasn't the biggest fan of Cotto, but I love this style. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I like boxer punchers. You feel me? That always been my type thing. But I've always had a respect for every style. If we talking about the brawler shit, I used to enjoy watching Ruslan Provodnikov, James Kirkland. You feel what I mean? Then we got the outboxers like the like the Paulie Malignaggi's, of course the Floyd Mayweathers, Erislandy Lara at 54. Like I enjoyed the outboxers. You feel me? Well, I'm not gonna. I respected that style. It's the defensive specialists. You feel me? Like James Toney, Willie Pep, Wilfred Benitez, Floyd Mayweather. Like you grow to appreciate. I appreciate those styles. Oh, you a boxer puncher girl? That's what's up, Jab Queen. But Paulie in his prime, he was good, man. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't like a big puncher or nothing like that, but he found a way to win, and he got some good wins on his resume now. He got some good wins on his resume. What I'm trying to say out of all of this is, if you're a true boxing fan, although you may prefer styles over others, you should appreciate each style. Like if you really love boxing, you will grow to appreciate each style that steps into that ring. The brawlers, the punchers, the fucking boxers, the boxer punchers, the defensive specialists, the counter punchers. You know what I mean? Like Juan Manuel Marquez, he's one of my favorite fighters ever. Beautiful counter puncher. Guys who, how can I say this? With great timing. You feel what I mean? I think Teofimo Lopez has great timing. Like you grow to appreciate the abilities that fighters have and the styles that they bring into the ring. So it's like if you got a problem with outboxers, bro, like that's a problem for me, and that's a red flag in my eyes, and it really shows that you don't really embrace the. I can't. How can you necessarily say that you're for the sport of boxing, and you really love the sport in totality, but you're trying to eliminate a style that has made several fighters successful or many fighters successful. Some of the all-time greats that we've seen were outboxers. So you just try because you don't find it to be appealing to you in your mind. You want to get rid of the style. How about finding the fighters that are able to neutralize that style and beat that fighter? It's like y'all want fighters to be dumber. It's like y'all want fighters to be more limited to give y'all more entertaining value. How about the motherfucker who's actually entertaining finding ways to make the outboxer fight him? What's wrong with having a little bit of difficulty? What's wrong with having a little challenge? It's like y'all niggas just like Turki Alalshikh, how he got everything handed to him. He wants the fighters who are limited to have fights handed to him. Oh shit! Oh no, don't worry. We're gonna have him fight your fight, man. Don't even worry about it. You don't gotta change nothing. You don't have to change nothing, man. Just keep being the limited fighter that you are. Just fight your fight, man. We're gonna make this guy not run around. If he keeps running around, he's not gonna get paid. So you just fight your fight. He's gonna fight you. Hoe ass. That's the thing, though. Can you necessarily say somebody ran from you when they outlanded you? I know that's not who he's pretending to be. But I tell you what, I beat your ass, nigga. I'll tell you that. And I won't have to use my legs. You know what I mean? I'm straight. I'm punching right in between your punches, and I'm gonna stop you. Promise you that. What? James Toney, Godfather of the Sweet Science. Absolutely. Kai says, no, being smarter is staying in range to hit your opponent, but far enough to dodge. Okay. I'm eating pineapple, Slime. I was eating chips earlier. Now I'm eating pineapple. You see how I got that balance, brother? I'm trying to. I don't really understand. Yeah, Rigo kind of drawed in that Casemiro fight. Yeah, that's an older Guillermo Rigondeaux too. Like y'all niggas ain't hip to that prime Guillermo Rigondeaux. Prime Guillermo Rigondeaux would have broke all types of shit in Casemiro's face. Mildly allergic to pineapple. I'm allergic to kiwi. Ain't that something? Remember, I put that bitch in a smoothie one time, and felt like my throat was closed, and I was like, what the fuck? Prime Rigo had sensational timing. Punching power was crazy. He was breaking niggas' jaws in back-to-back fights, sleeping niggas. That's what a lot of people slept on with Guillermo. Nonito Donaire didn't rehydrate so crazy in that fight. He'd have stopped Nonito too. Them punches was too sharp. The only thing that helped him was the weight. He was able to absorb them punches. But Guillermo, one of the most talented, one of the most skilled fighters I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? He made shit look easy. He had speed, punching power, precision, bro. Oh my God. Ain't nobody. He was one of the most avoided fighters I've ever seen in my life. Go watch that Nonito Donaire fight, bro. You don't see nobody hit like boxing like Tim Bradley is not a casual, but he does push narratives. He is a sellout. I'm gonna say that. It's impossible to say that Tim Bradley's a casual. That man is a former world champion. He's a Hall of Famer. However, Tim Bradley often goes against the grain to appease the higher ups. We know that historically. He's always been a company man. He's admitted that he's a company man in several interviews, and he pushed whatever narratives them networks tell him to push, or whatever Top Rank tells him to push. Even if he doesn't believe in it, he's such a sellout that he will go against the grain in order to appease, them people. I never said he was a casual. I just said he wasn't. Who said that? Tim hasn't showered. Says anyway last fight. That's crazy. Tim Bradley do be looking a little dusty though. I don't know if it's because he like look fat and shit like that. He was genuinely mad after that Times Square card. I mean, because he wasn't satisfied with the performances, and none of us was, to be honest with you. Who was satisfied with those performances? Like I said, could Devin Haney have did more? Yes. Could Rolly Romero have done more? Yes. Could Ryan Garcia have done more? Yes. Right? That's true. A lot of them performances was underwhelming. We was expecting one thing and we got another. Cool. He got every right to be mad. That's his prerogative. If he chooses to go about it that way emotionally, then that's his right to do so. However, we talking down on the guys who won the fight. How about the motherfuckers who lost and didn't have the ability to adjust in the fight? If Devin Haney is clearly winning these rounds, going about it that way, even though it's not the most appeasing way or entertaining style, it's Jose Ramirez's job to take that away from Devin Haney so he could resort to doing something else. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If we playing basketball and we playing one-on-one, and I noticed that my close range, jump shot is what's working each and every time. I'm gonna use it each and every time. I don't need to pull out the flashy dunks. I don't need to pull out the motherfucking the corner three, the three at the top of the key. I don't need to do none of that. If I feel like this is what's working for me, I'm going to spam that move until you make me do something else. And I'm gonna win that way. And I don't give a fuck. And if it's all about winning to me, if I prioritize winning over entertaining motherfuckers, then I'm not gonna change it unless you make me change it. Y'all are enabling fighters to remain to sustain being limited fighters. That's what y'all doing. Y'all putting the focus on the motherfuckers who are winning fights going a particular way when you should be focusing your attention on guys who losing and need to make the adjustments necessary to be better fighters or get different outcomes. If there's one way, bro, if Devin Haney's like, yo, this nigga can't catch up to me, my feet too quick, he can't get to me, he's gonna keep doing it. He's gonna keep doing it until Jose Ramirez does something and he's like, all right, I mean, I might have to, fight this nigga up off me because he cutting off this ring too good. It's simple. If we playing, like I said, if we playing basketball and my close range jumper is getting the job done every time, why would I stop doing that and go shoot a three? He can't stop it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Another example: if we playing fight night and my jab. No, let's say my left hook. You can't stop my left hook. No matter what combination I throw, when I end up with the left hook, I always landed on you. You not picking your hands up, I keep landing the hook. You think I'm gonna stop? You think I'm gonna stop throwing this left hook and I'm gonna go to the body? Why? Why? You can't stop it. So why the fuck would I stop it? Like it don't even make sense. But motherfuckers, they rather hate on the black fighter who's been consistently hated since the beginning of time. We can go back to the Tom Melanu situation. For those of y'all who know that, y'all could go look at that. Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Sonny Liston, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, all these guys. Whenever there was a black fighter in the sport of boxing, they always had to do double the work to get half of the credit that these other guys do. And that's why Floyd Mayweather always comes out. Well, he used to come out all the time and say, there is still racism going on in boxing. That's what he's referring to. Remember when Jeremy Lin had the Linsanity and he was about to get cut from the team. They let him play, and this motherfucker just was dropping 30 for, I don't know for how long. It wasn't that long, but he was dropping crazy numbers and all that shit, and everybody was like, oh my God, this fucking guy can't be stopped. Who is this fucking Jeremy Lin guy? Meanwhile, we got motherfuckers like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade doing it every night, and people telling them that that's not enough. Dwayne Wade, Kobe, fucking LeBron, and all these other guys that was popping around that time, Carmelo Anthony, they dropping them same numbers Jeremy Lin dropping every night. They getting criticized, for not doing enough. But this dude Jeremy Lin doing absolutely sensational. Made a week and a half into a legacy. Exactly. But with a black athlete, that wouldn't even be a chapter in that wouldn't even fill up a chapter in their legacy, bro. You got to, as a black athlete, especially in boxing, you have to do double the work to get half of the credit. That's just the reality. That's just the reality. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, let's say Vasyl Lomachenko fought Tank, and he boxed Tank the same way. Let's say he boxed Tank the same way that Devin boxed Jose Ramirez. motherfuckers will be praising Lomachenko. I swear to God, bro. Oh my God, man, Tank couldn't keep up with him. Oh my God, man, did you see how fast Loma's legs were? Oh my God, this is what you call boxing: hitting and not getting hit, hitting and not getting hit. Oh my God, if you put Loma in that situation where he boxing Tank and he gives that same performance and he beats Tank that way, bro, they gonna praise the shit out of him. They're gonna praise the shit out of him. They're gonna say the Matrix is back. Yep. It's a fact, bro. We see it happen all the time. Like I said, go look back at Tom Melanu. He was a slave. He was a slave at one point in time, and he actually, I think, for real, they really give him credit for being like the first black like champion. You feel what I'm saying? Then you can look back. You can look a little further down the line. Jack Johnson, how everybody hated him, and you know what I mean. He was one. Like they try to prevent him from fighting guys and all types of shit. They was on his head. Pause. Then Muhammad Ali. Everybody hated Muhammad Ali. They hated that he was outspoken, what he stood for. You know what I mean? They hated how the way he went about things. Sonny Liston, everybody was scared of him. They was, you know what I mean? They didn't want no parts of Sonny Liston. You feel me? You know, Floyd, look how the way they treated Floyd Mayweather. And you know what these guys be saying? You just hit that nail, niggas gonna steal that take. Oh my God. Hey man, I be peep, bro. I'm telling you this, bro. Niggas be watching. You wanna know how I watch? How I know they be watching? Cause I'll see like a little clip on X or whatever the case is, Instagram sometimes. And bro, like I'll make like certain analogies, bro. And I'll see like niggas making the same point as me and using like a very similar analogy to me, and I'm like, I can't prove that you watch my live, bro, but something just based off how the way you was saying this shit, I could tell you watched a few minutes, brother. Yeah, Liston was involved with some real gangsters, so yeah, that's the conspiracy behind how he, you know, passed away and shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like. That's just the reality, bro. So when I hear Turki Alalshikh coming around talking about he gonna ban runners, you know, he's sick of the Tom and Jerry games and all that shit, bro. You can't really come around and talk about you this big boxing fan if you over here trying to get rid of one of the most prolific styles that the sport of boxing has right now. Literally just had someone put a part of my video in their video. Oh, word. You know, sometimes I scroll through Twitter and I'll see a video of me on there. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's weird, bro. I can only imagine how celebrities be feeling this shit when they scroll through social media and they just see somebody posting a random video of them. I ain't no celebrity by any stretch of the imagination, but I just remember being so like puzzled, like, the fuck? Mark eating animal crackers now? Nah, but they use slime face to make the gorilla animal crackers though, for sure. That's a fact. Nah, he didn't necessarily say he gonna ban runners, Breezy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that tweet back up. This is his words, not mine. So a lot of people that's what be getting me too. Like I'll read verbatim what somebody else said and be like, man, why you saying that about him, man? Bro, that's what he said, nigga, not me. But all right, let's see what he says. He says, this is Turki Alalshikh's quote, not mine. He says, from this point on, I don't want to see any more Tom and Jerry type boxing matches where one fighter is running around the ring and the other is chasing him. He meant to say no longer. We can no longer support these kind of fights with Riyadh season in the ring. We want to support fighters who leave it all in the ring and fight with heart and pride. That's Turki Alalshikh's quote. That's Turki Alalshikh's quote, y'all. Now, that's just what he believes. Yeah, I seen a video of me on Twitter. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a few. Sometimes they mention me in it, sometimes they don't. One time I looked my name up. One time I typed my name in a search bar and I seen all these different niggas talking about me. I'm like, what the fuck? And it'd be the most, like, some of it was positive You know what I mean? The other shit was just like niggas just hating, talking about who I look like, and I mean weird shit. But you know, that's weirdos for you. He the only guy who make the fights. Well, I'm gonna say this, bro. Like Turki Alalshikh, he gets a lot of praise for being like this fucking, you know, new gift in the boxing world and stuff like that. But in the little bit of time that Turki Alalshikh has been in boxing, he's done a lot of fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's made some good fights. He made Fury Usyk. Yeah, he made Bivol Beterbiev. We probably would have never seen these fights if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? But let's not act like Turki Alalshikh hasn't tried to, you know, he's gotten a little too arrogant at times and, you know, felt like because he was putting money into the sport that he could just dictate whatever's going on. You know, he tried to play with the history of boxing a few times and he received some pushback. And greedy ass Jad Queen, why you talking crazy? Let me see your page, Jad Queen. Let me see what you better not be on here. You talking crazy.
Victor, I gotta ask.
You talking crazy to me. You call me greedy. What you want, son? Cause you acting like it. Let's see if you talking shit. Let me see your page. Everybody follow Jab Queen Boxing, y'all. I'll just subscribe. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to Jab Queen Boxing. Let's see what you talking about on here. You don't be posting yourself? Okay, I see you, Jay Queen. You look like my manager. You like my manager at my job. I can't stand her. I hope you ain't like her. But you look like her though. She got live coming up. Everybody go tune in to Jab Queen Boxing's live after this, man. She been a consistent supporter since she's been on here. You look like my manager. That's what I say. You look like my you look like some lady I work with. She annoying, so I hope you ain't like her. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. What's his dude name? His name is Tago. Tago talking about when he called in at the Shakur Cepeda press conference like it was a drug deal. Yeah, bro. And they be like, I don't know, bro. Like these dudes be kind of funny. I don't know. Some niggas is just like Joe like that. And for those of y'all who don't know what Joe is, that means like somebody who be like on somebody's dick. You feel what I'm saying? Like Super Joe. How can I explain this? Like a groupie, like you really on wood. You feel what I'm saying? Like when Turki Alalshikh get caught up in the conversation. Hold on, guys. His Excellency just called me. And he's like, oh yeah, we gonna make another fight, and they be sitting there talking that bullshit, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear Turkey, cuz make the fucking fights and fall your fat ass back with that swollen ass head, nigga. Unhealthy ass. Nobody want to hear a nigga with underboob talk. This is very important card. Yeah. This is very important card. But this is the thing, Turkey. You know what I mean? You got, and this was hypocritical about his statement. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson, he's been criticized for being a quote-unquote runner. I don't endorse that, but that's what people called him. He's about to fight on your card that's coming up. With Terrence Crawford having the ability to be a mover, you think he's not gonna move with Canelo Alvarez, considering what he just seen Canelo Alvarez struggle with? You think he's not gonna try to box him and showcase some lateral movement? You think he's not gonna do that? Like these are things, and then you was about to lock in a fight with Devin Haney. You had a contract sent to him. He signed it and all. He's one of the most heavily criticized fighters for his style. So what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about for real? You feel me? Like, I don't like Turki Alalshikh just condoning that bullshit narrative that's running around in boxing right now. We need to stop worrying about the motherfuckers who decide to be outboxers. And we need to worry about the motherfuckers who need to get their dumbasses in the gym, learn how to cut off a ring, and neutralize these outboxers from attempting to outbox them. Neutralize their best weapon. And after that, you know what I mean, you could probably get a fight going your way. Because there's only so many things a fighter could do when their best weapon is taken away. Money don't unlame you. Facts. Turki Alalshikh a weirdo, cuz. Straight up. You know what I mean? Super weird. So let's get into some open boxing topics, man. We had a phenomenal conversation thus far. We had an hour and a half in. What we talking about? Turki definitely a square. Any nigga that you know enjoys holding other niggas' hands is weird to me. I could give a fuck about what their culture is. Like, I know Riyadh be hot as shit, and you still trying to hold niggas' hands. I don't understand that. You feel me? I don't give a fuck how much a nigga paying me. Ain't nobody holding my hand. You know what I mean? One of y'all niggas gonna be assed out. Y'all gonna be over here glazing Turki. He gonna think you flirting with him. He gonna try, when he holding your hand, he gonna try to put that shit on his lap. Oh yeah, I seen Tito Mercado. He had an undisclosed injury, and he had to pull out of his bout. That's unfortunate because Tito Mercado is an exciting fighter, and I do enjoy watching him fight. You feel what I mean? For those of y'all who don't know, I met Tito Mercado personally. He came over to my gym to close out his camp when he was going to fight on that Jerron Ennis versus Karen 2 undercard. Was it Karen or was it David Ebenezer? I think it was the Karen 2 undercard. You know, unfortunately, something happened with his opponent, so he was unable to fight. But I met Tito Mercado. I met his father. I met his brother. His brother's going to be a fucking problem. I'm telling y'all. I told y'all, right? He sparred a guy from my gym and did him absolutely dirty. And considering that guy's no longer at my gym and I don't like the nigga, I'm going to just say that Tito Mercado's brother stopped the nigga with a body shot, beat the shit out of him. You feel what I mean? And I stopped the sparring session because that shit was getting a little hectic. I ain't even going to hold you. But Tito Mercado, he's an exciting fighter. However, I think his brother is going to be a problem once he makes his pro debut. I'm going to just say that. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, I stopped that shit, bro. I wasn't going to let nobody get, nah. If I see, and I don't give a fuck who the coaches is there, that's my gym. You feel me? Like, the only one that can say, like, nah, chill is, like, my pop. Besides that, if I say, yo, this shit not happening no more, it's a wrap. So Tito Mercado, brother, I forgot his name, man. I'm sorry if I keep referring to you as his brother, but you know what I mean? For the lack of not knowing your name, I'm going to just call you that. He's big, first of all. He's bigger than Tito. He got punching power just like Tito. And his composure, you know what I mean? How relaxed he was. You could just tell that he'd been doing it for a while. And they got a great style going on over there, bro. I like their style. I was hearing Tito Mercado punching the bag, bro. Them bitches sound like a shotgun, cuz. And that was a heavy bag he was punching too. You could just hear like the thud in his punching power. So he's strong. But his brother, he had that power and he had that accuracy, bro. Them body shots was crazy. And I mean, I think they only sparred like 2 rounds. He wanted to go. The kid who had gotten his ass beat tried to come out for the 3rd. I said it's not happening. You know what I mean? It's not happening. I wasn't about to let nobody get, no crazy injuries or no severe concussions. I mean, that's how niggas really get hurt and don't bounce back. You feel me? It ended up working out for the dude because he had fought like a week later. He actually had gotten a knockout. So it worked out. Like I said, I don't like the nigga, but I'll give credit when credit's due. He bounced back well. Shout out to Anonymous, my boy Anonymous in the building. He said it's Hitchens fight week, and what do you think he's next after he beats Kambosos? Well, shit, he got Subriel Matias up out of the way because he about to go fight Puello. But the answer to that question is Hitchens fight week. What I think is next after he beats Kambosos? There's some options, man. It all depends on what Hitchens wants to do. You know, he looks like he's interested in the Teofimo Lopez fight, like many fighters are at 140. He could also pursue unification. You know what I mean? Albert Puello's around if Subriel doesn't beat him. Wouldn't that be some shit? If Subriel beats Puello, he grabs that title, and then he tries to push for a Hitchens unification. Oh, man, that'll be lovely. But, of course, Gary Antoine Russell, which I don't think that's happening with Hitchens anytime soon. And then you got Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? I think Teofimo Lopez versus Hitchens is not the most desired fight, in my opinion, but I'll take it. You feel what I mean? Undefeated champion versus, two-division world champion and Teofimo Lopez fighting in Brooklyn when supposedly they're both from Brooklyn. That'll be a good joint. And if they was to happen to have it at, in New York, that'd be lit too. Who's the king in New York or whatever they say. Hitchens gonna move up. Oh yeah, he definitely gonna move up. You could tell that he don't like that style. Anybody who got that type of style that Subriel got, he gonna either have trouble with or he's just gonna avoid overall. That Lemos fight showed me a lot, man. I'm telling you. And when I usually see fighters go up against that one style that they had trouble with and never go back to it, that's a red flag in my head. You feel me? That's a red flag in my head. Axel, what is it? Foley or Foley? Salute. No, I think that's Foley, like Mick Foley. I wouldn't mind Rolly and Hitchens at 47. Ooh-wee. That'll be a good-ass fight. You know what I mean? If Rolly bring that dog out and really put that pressure, bro, he could give Hitchens some problems. I seen that sparring session they had a few years back. Rolly was beating that ass. I'm trying to tell you, Hitchens don't like pressure, bro. He don't. If you get past his jab, bro, or you able to cut, you able to close that gap on him and let them shots go, he don't like that, bro. I'm telling you, I heard about that. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, I know niggas that beat him, not fought him, but beat him in the amateurs, and they all say the same shit about him. He don't like pressure. And it looked like that similar situation done happen in the pros, or that situation is still apparent in the pros. He don't like when motherfuckers press the issue on him, bro, or don't respect his power or none of that. If he keep you at the ends of his punches, he gonna give you a boxing lesson. You feel me? Like Paro had the right idea at first, but Hitchens started to pick up that timing. You know what I mean? And once he got that timing on Paro wasn't able to adjust, and it just went downhill from there. I think after like 3-4 rounds, it was over. Hitchens done figured him out. But when you got a rugged motherfucker like Subriel who don't mind getting hit, which is crazy, he don't mind getting hit, and then he's extremely heavy-handed, and he gets stronger as the rounds go on, that's a match made in hell for anybody. Let's say Puello beat Subriel. That shit not going to be easy. Anybody who fights Subriel, can you beat him? Yes. But are you going to have a hard time beating him? Yes. Some people just very uncomfortable styles to deal with, bro. Unless you just spark the nigga off the rip, you're not going to have an easy time with dude. You're not. And it might be a situation where you might have to walk through the fire to beat him. You're going to have to go through some shit to beat him. There's some people that are easier to beat than others. Subriel will be a headache for anybody. He's beatable, but you're gonna walk away with something. You're gonna walk away with something. You're gonna learn something from that fight. You're gonna learn about who you are, for real, for real. You know what I mean? Coffee says, I do see Hitchens having a fallout with his coach soon. They had some arguments during the Paro fight in between rounds. Yeah, I didn't like that. I remember that. I ain't like that at all, man. That's disrespectful, bro. I always say this: if you're paying this man a percentage of your purse, flat fee, whatever the case is, to work your corner, give you instructions, and prepare you for the fight, why are you not listening to his instructions? Once a fighter feels like they know more than they coach, you know what I mean? There's no point in them even working together. He don't respect you, bro. And once that fighter lose that respect for their coach, or they feel like, you know what I mean, they've outgrown their coach, all it's gonna do, bro, is gonna become dysfunctional. That relationship is gonna become dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? If you genuinely don't trust the coach's insight, his opinion, why you got him in the corner? Chris Colbert thought he knew it all, anonymous, and he got put on his. He got put to sleep. Right after that, I got this. I got this. Dickhead. I got this. I got this. Stupid ass. Nigga ain't got shit but a motherfucking what's that shit called? NyQuil. A fucking NyQuil injection. All you got was a power nap, my nigga. Nigga just woke up like 2 hours ago. That nigga, Chris Colbert, just woke up 2 hours ago when he fought him. All right, then. They was calling him, yeah, bro. That's when I started really peeping Chris Colbert, right? Because this nigga want to be everybody except himself. This nigga was calling himself Lil B-Hop. So I was like, all right, let me see. You know what I mean? I know B-Hop, nigga. Like, I'm from North, nigga. We from damn near, we not from the same hood, but B-Hop, the projects that B-Hop grew up on was literally like 8 minutes away from the crib. So I know B-Hop. I know his style. I know what he get into. I was like, man, let me check this kid out. They call him Lil B-Hop. He don't fight shit like B-Hop. So why they call this little nigga B-Hop? Because he bald or something? What the fuck is we even talking about? So this nigga, I guess they stopped calling him Lil B-Hop or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this nigga's prime time, like Deion Sanders. Hey, nigga, you want to be B-Hop, then you want to be Deion Sanders. How about you just being you, dickhead? This nigga want to own a chicken restaurant. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you ain't got that no more. I don't know what's up with these niggas, bro. A nigga, I don't know. That nigga having an identity crisis or something. Prime time chicken. That shit was ass. Greasy than a motherfucker. That cooking oil dirty as hell. Can't even see through the cooking oil when you can't even see the, you know what I mean? Fucking rat turds by the stove and shit. That nigga failed inspections, never opened back up. Chris Nat. This nigga said Chris Naptime Colbert. Call that nigga Concussion Colbert. Uh-huh. That restaurant's still up and running. Nah. Epic rap battles of history. Jake Paul versus Turki Alalshikh. Turkey definitely don't like Turkey. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to predict this too. Y'all on here right now, there's 31 people in the building. I think after Tank fights Roach, and Tank, let's say Tank beats Roach. I don't know if he beats Roach. Let's say he do. He's going to attempt to get back in the negotiations with Jake Paul. I feel like Turkey's going to try to intercept that fight from Jake Paul too. That's what I think. Just like how Turki Alalshikh intercepted the Canelo fight from Jake Paul, I think he's going to do whatever he can. Even if he got to fly the fuck out to Baltimore, I genuinely feel like Turkey's going to do whatever he can to take the Tank fight away from Jake Paul. I'm telling you. That might be T.O.'s second fight right there. T.O. said he got a 3-fight deal. 3-fight deal, right? He said the first fight he fulfilled with Arnold Barboza, so there's 2 fights left on the deal. He said now he's running around after all this shit, so he's not going to sell his soul for $11 million. Then he said he lied about the $11 million, that we took the bait, blah, blah, blah. Now he's saying that they offered him, they guaranteed him Jaron Ennis, and if it wasn't Jaron Ennis, it was going to be a high-level fighter like a Devin Haney, whoever the fuck, right? But the money they offered him for Devin Haney was significantly smaller, or AKA split in half in comparison to the Jaron Ennis fight, right? So it's a money issue with T.O. apparently. I don't know. So maybe, just maybe, Turkey might attempt to lock in a fight between Tank and Teofimo Lopez at the end of the year. That's what I think. I'm making a prediction right now that Turkey and Tank gonna make something happen, bro. I understand that Tank don't fuck with Turki Alalshikh right now. But I bet you, that's over the internet. You'd be surprised how much shit could change with somebody directly in front of you. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all could be beefing over the internet. That's why when you're having a serious conversation, you should refrain from, especially if there's tension between you and another person, you should refrain from speaking to them via text. You feel what I'm saying? No, Slime, that's not Frosted Flakes. I'm back to the chips, nigga. I'm talking about he know the crunch. Fat bastard. But no, for real though. If you're having a serious conversation where there's possibly tension between you and that particular person, you should refrain from talking it out through text, because people may misinterpret your message as being, negative or aggressive, when in reality, you just talking. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I feel like if Turkey and Tank ended up being in the same room together, pause, they got to having a conversation, some shit might be resolved. You feel me? Some shit might be resolved. You'd be surprised where you could get with somebody if you just sit down and have a conversation with them. And then when you sit there talking, it's like, damn, I was really thinking this shit the whole time, when it really ain't like that. Texting or just talking through the internet, or just communicating with somebody through the internet. Again, a perception of somebody over the internet. Like that type of shit could make you really have like a false interpretation of somebody. And I'm not, Tank probably won't fuck with the nigga regardless. But what I'm saying is, if you put them in the room and had that conversation, like how Keyshawn was saying he was having that conversation with Turkey, some minds might be changed. Mm-hmm. And I've heard Turkey say that he don't need to like somebody to do business with them. Okay, you don't like Tank, go do business with him. Turkey said that he don't need to like you. See, this is the shit that be fucking me up. Turkey said that he don't need to like somebody to do business with them. Right? You know, he don't need to like you personally, but if he don't like your boxing style, then he won't work with you. The boxing style is where he draws the line, not the personality. Tank on his way out, he's looking to get every dollar he could get. And I peeped that little tweet he put out. He put that little tweet talking about the plan is still the plan and all that shit. Man, Tank just need to go ahead, bro. But this is what Tank is going to be thrown in that conversation as one of the biggest what ifs in boxing history. And he gonna hate that when they bring up conversations about, you know, this fighter and that fighter, and Tank's name's not gonna be brought up in discussion. And if it is brought up into the discussion, they're gonna talk about how he didn't fight so and so. What would have happened if he would have fought so and so? You feel me? Go 787. I just went on a whole spiel about that. You know what I mean? A few minutes back. You're going to have to rewind back. But like just to give you like a brief synopsis of what I was talking about. I'm saying that these motherfuckers worried about this is Turki Alalshikh feeding into the casual boxing narrative. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, you know, if you're an outboxer, you're a runner. First of all, you can't run in a boxing ring. Anybody that's ever boxed before can tell you that. Another thing, why are we focused on the dudes who had the winning recipe, like Devin Haney, who shut out Jose Ramirez and outlanded Jose Ramirez and threw more and landed more punches than, you know, a few people that was on the same card as him. We focus on niggas who got we focus on criticizing the niggas who got the winning recipe. And we're enabling the dudes who have the losing recipe, you know, and we're enabling these guys who are limited in skill set, who have an inability to cut off the ring. We over here giving them, you know, some type of reassurance that it's okay for them being a bum or lacking tools in their toolbox. Turki Alalshikh should be, if he really has a problem with that style, then he should be finding the styles necessary that could dethrone those styles. It's really that simple. But Turki Alalshikh, you know, ever since he's been put in boxing and everybody been, you know, holding his sack and shit like that, he feels like he could say whatever he want. He feels like he could talk about the sport however he want because he put a little bit of money into it. He's kind of like one of the motherfuckers who, like, you know, will do something for you and then, you know, brag about the shit that he do for you. That's the kind of nigga he remind me of. Or like, let's say somebody do you a favor or whatever. Even if you didn't ask for it, he did a favor for you. And then whenever y'all have some type of disagreement or whatever, he talk about all the shit he did for you. It's like, damn, like, are you doing this because you fuck with me? Or are you doing this so you could feel some type of like you the man type shit? Or you doing this just to, you know, throw it back in my face. That's what the type of nigga Turki Alalshikh is. He's giving all this shit back to the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Giving, you know, putting money up, putting on some great events, you know, just at the end, just to be like flexing on niggas and feel like, you know, he above certain things in the sport. I can't fuck with that type of shit, bro. David, one of the ones that could beat the fence guys. That's what I said earlier, Al. You know what I mean? All they got to do is get back in the lab and improve. But these niggas is so worried about dethroning the black style, dethroning black athletic fighters, that these niggas who, you know, need to learn how to cut off a ring ain't never going to come around to it because you're enabling them to be limited. That's all I was saying, Ghost. You feel what I mean? It's sad. You know, if Turki Alalshikh was a real, true boxing fan, he will learn to embrace every style, you know what I mean? And, you know, if you're an elite level fighter, you're an elite level fighter, regardless of whether you are outboxer or not. Or if you're a quote unquote runner or not. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a goofy. Turkey's a goofy to me, man. He's just a lame ass nigga who got money. Like 98% of these rich niggas that's out here. You feel me? So it is what it is. He do a lot of fuck shit, bro. And ironically, you two of the most heavily criticized fighters that are known for being who are considered runners. You trying to get them to fight. So what are you even talking about? You just sent the contract to Devin Haney that he signed to fight Teofimo. He's one of the most heavily criticized runners in the sport of boxing. That's what the casuals call him. Then Shakur Stevenson about to fight William Cepeda. Because they call him a runner too. So what are we even talking about? Are you talking shit about the fighters that you about to pay to have on one of your ring cards? You stupid, bro. Stop it. Shut up. Shut up, bro. If you got a preference in style, that's your prerogative as a boxer fan. But don't go around trying to shit on somebody's style because you hear what casual boxer fans saying and you trying to be on the same type of time as them. Stop it. Shut up, man. Get some weight up. Get some of them titties off your chest, man. Go lose some weight. Think because you got money, you don't got to care about your body no more. Get your fat ass on the treadmill. Once you get one of these entertainer boxers to, give you some training sessions, you got money, you could pay for it. What fights you want to see on Bud Canelo card? Yeah, I answered that too. Shit. I would like to see Devin Haney on there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who they can mix him up in there with, but if it's gonna be at 47, let's see. Shit. You know what? It'll be a good fight on there. Boots Ennis, Jerron Ennis versus Brian Norman. Let's see that. That's if Turkey cares about that type of fight. I don't know. Why not see that? They can fight each other at the end of the year. You might see Bud and Turkey hitting the bag. Munguia Sarase 3. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get Munguia the fuck up out of here. Oh, yeah, Abdullah Mason. Let's see Abdullah Mason on the card. You know what I mean? Let's see him fight the dude. The fuck is this dude name? The one that's number 1 in the WBO. Let's see that. Let's see Abdullah get his first world title shot on that Canelo undercard. Fire. What the fuck is his name again? I'm tired. That's how you know I'm tired. I was just talking about him earlier. Nah, ain't no copyright this time. I think I talked over. It wasn't that loud. Sam Noakes. There you go. Sam Noakes versus Abdullah Mason on that card. Let's see it. The number 1 and the number 2 for the vacant WBO title of the world at lightweight. Let's get it. I don't know, but it's kind of I think Devin a little bit limited in his options right now, man. If he's at welterweight right now, who could he possibly face that's a meaningful fight up there on a Canelo Bud undercard? He not fighting Jerron Ennis, bro. He not. Yeah, I mean, and I also heard Bill Haney say that Jerron Ennis ain't somebody that they fighting next. So Bill came out saying Boots don't want to say Devin name because Devin don't got no fucking. See, these niggas is like, I see Bill being a promoter, so I'm not gonna shit on Bill for promoting his son. You feel me? That's the difference between me and a lot of these other niggas, man. These niggas be blatantly making videos, talking shit about Bill for no fucking reason. I seen this goofy ass nigga with the long chin come out with a video talking about, don't compare Abdullah Mason and Devin Haney. Nigga, ain't nobody comparing them niggas. You the only nigga doing that. You just made that video. You created that whole angle as a way to shit on Devin Haney and his father. You feel me? It made me question whether you got your father or not, man. I don't know. Y'all probably got the same chin, and you know what I mean? You hate the fact that he gave you that, he gave you them genetics. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless, you over here talking about how, oh man, no, I ain't gonna say dude name because he a little bit upset. You feel what I mean? I don't want niggas to, had no titty attack or whatever. But he was saying, "Oh, at least Abdullah Mason, he talks for himself. Bill don't let his son talk for himself. You fucking dickhead." And he was like, "Oh, Abdullah Mason's father never speaks for Abdullah." I'm like, bro, Abdullah Mason's father is not his fucking promoter, you dumbass nigga. He's a fucking trainer, so he stays in the trainer's lane. Bill Haney is a trainer, but he's also the CEO of DHP Promotions. Right? So part of the promoter's job is to promote. You feel me? I know nowadays promoters don't really promote how they used to, but part of being a promoter is to stir the pot up and get people talking about his son, which he's done successfully. He's done it successfully. You know why? Because we talking about him. Even if you hating, you talking about him. His job is complete. He did what he had to do. It ain't like the nigga just sitting back and just talking shit for the hell of it. He's doing his fucking job. If you are the CEO of a promotional company and the promotional company is named after Devin Haney, guess what you're going to have to do? Promote Devin Haney. I bet you if it was, I bet you we wouldn't be hearing this criticism if, let's say Vasyl Lomachenko dad or Usyk's dad or fucking, who else? Caleb Plant's dad was, their son's promoter and they out here talking crazy shit, promoting their son. I bet you we would not hear that same criticism. But like I said, when it comes to black people, you know what I mean? The standard is set so high that, people going to find a way to talk shit regardless. A lot of these niggas ain't have sturdy fathers in their life, man. So when they see Devin Haney having an active father and all that shit, you know what I mean? They don't know how to cope with that, man. They bring up a lot of trauma from their childhood they don't want to experience, and they take that anger out on them. These niggas is suckers, cuz. Niggas start talking about religions and all types of shit. Oh, they actually fought. They actually like pretty much trying to insinuate like Abdullah and Mason and them is real Muslims and Devin Haney and them is not. How the fuck you know, bro? Like, why are you even speaking on that? That's messy. That's not boxing. These niggas be talking about everything but boxing, bro. Because whenever they do talk boxing, they get exposed. Bakram versus Lubin. Woo! And Bakram might beat the shit out of Erickson Lubin. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't been impressed with Lubin at all, bro. But I think, I don't know, we at the same time, we is giving Bakram a lot of fucking credit off of one fight, though. This nigga beat Tim Tszyu ass, and everybody was acting like he just fucking stellar, fucking boogeyman and shit. But I think stylistically, how Lubin could box, but he liked to fight, bro. He used his heart too much. He done got himself fucked over a couple times already. So Bakram might get to him. Like Lubin faster than him. He got better boxing ability, but Bakram, one of them niggas, he big, he strong, and he punch hard, bro. And Lubin, he like when he get hit, he kind of lose sight of the game plan and be trying to go band for band with you. And that's not what you want to do with somebody who cracking like Bakram. So that's a good fight. A disciplined, focused Erickson Lubin who's not, trying to engage with him. He could probably pose some fits for Bakram, but I don't know. I feel like Bakram would definitely catch up. Yeah, and Bakram like to punch in between punches too. I did notice that with Tim Tszyu. So that's a good fight. Bakram don't mind punching with you because he, for one, probably believes in his ability to take a punch, and two, he knows he can punch. So if he catches you when you're most vulnerable, he probably put you on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? Bad Boom Balloon. That name is so crazy to me, but it's hilarious. He says, "Do you watch MMA at all?" Was gonna ask which MMA guy would have the best chance coming to boxing. Who hasn't came already? I'm a casual MMA fan, to be honest with you. I only watch to see like certain fighters. To answer your question, which guy would have the best chance coming to boxing who hasn't came already? I watched the dude Taporia. He got some he places his body shots real well. He got good technique on his punches. So I'm gonna say that. Max Holloway could box a little bit. Who else? Dustin's boxing is solid. I don't know if he'll do any. He about to retire anyway, but I don't know how this dude was doing. I used to watch this one dude, and I think he came from boxing. I don't know how he's doing anymore. His name was like Calvin Cater or some shit like that. He had some good boxing ability. I don't know. I'm gonna say Taporia could probably do something. Sean O'Malley got some decent. He got some decent hands. I like the snap that he be putting on that left hand. He got some sharp hands. Sean O'Malley. Shit, the motherfucker might want to transition to boxing for real. How the way that boy what the fuck that dude named choked him out last weekend. He might want to just keep it on the feet. But O'Malley could box. Let me see. It says Taporia, JDM, Dustin, and Peter Yan. Oh, yeah, Marab had choked him out. Yeah, Marab did him dirty. I seen that. Hey, man, some niggas just got your card. That's how that shit goes sometimes. You feel me? Go787 says, Mark, I got Lubin beating Bachman because I've seen multiple fights and he couldn't stop some of the ops. Xander has stopped and looked kind of bad in others. I think Lubin beats him. Okay. But that goes to show you it's a competitive fight. You feel what I'm saying? It goes to show it's a competitive fight. You know, if Ghost is saying one thing and, you know, we got people in the chat, including myself, saying another thing, then that's a good fight. That's how you know. And you both bringing valid points. You feel what I mean? That goes to show you that it's a fight that should happen. Bachman been looking for an opportunity. Lubin trying to get a world title before it's all said and done. Why not? Shout out to the boy Jibo with the $5 super chat. He always supporting in the building heavy. He says, let's support and get the bread up for the young coach and creator. He watches the chat and engages with everybody unless you're a goofy. I mean, that's the plan. You feel what I mean? I'm not the type. I be seeing people do lives and they sit here and they just be talking to themselves. I don't really be feeling that. I feel like if I'm just sitting here talking to myself the whole time, what's the point of me being on live? I might as well just talk to myself, you know, in my own crib on my own. If I'm on here on live, I want to engage with the people. I got a knowledgeable group in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? The nation is very informational. That they be correcting me sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes a boy slip. You know what I mean? Y'all pick me right back up so I can stay on the road and keep grinding. So shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob, and shout out to Jibo for the super chat, man. That boy have been consistently supporting the channel since he's been coming around, and I'm highly thankful for that, man. So thank you. Calvin is on a five-fight losing streak. Damn. I remember seeing like some clips of him boxing. I was like, bro, he can actually box a little bit. You know what I mean? Some of these dudes in the octagon be impressing me. And I want to say this too. I've been helping this Muay Thai fighter by the name of Ethan. I think his name is Ethan Gonzalez. I'm gonna say that's his name. Hold on, let me check before I say that. His name is Ethan. What's his name? Ethan. There's a Melendez. Ethan Melendez. I've been working with this Muay Thai fighter by the name of Ethan Melendez, man, and we've been working on his striking and shit like that, man, and he looks absolutely phenomenal. In all honesty, I would love to see him do an amateur boxing bout. But he just did a Muay Thai fight over the weekend. He absolutely dominated. And they count like knees and elbows and kicks more than punches. But man, with the hands, bro, he was absolutely obliterating dudes. So, you know what I mean? I'll give myself a pat on the back for that, man. Shout out to the boy Ethan Melendez. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Kai Fly. Truck Simpson versus Jahai Tucker. I don't know, man. Shit. I think that they both got their flaws. You feel what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, and I seen Truck talking about it, like he just, you know, he's been having these upside down performances because, you know, pretty much saying like he didn't say it directly from what I saw, but he was pretty much alluded to like outgrowing like his, you know, coaches that he grew up with. He just needed to be away from distractions and shit like that. You know, Jahai Tucker, you know, he could box. He got ability, but, you know, he got the same problem that I think Erickson Lubin got. He got just a little bit too much heart. And ain't nothing wrong with having heart, but it's when you let it go, you let it overpower your brain. That's when you start fucking yourself over and putting yourself in situations you don't need to. Jahai Tucker is probably going to be the favorite in that situation, to be honest with you. But Truck could definitely pull it off, man. He was a phenomenal amateur, bro. He was a phenomenal amateur. I don't know what happened. Obviously, the pros and the amateurs are different. He had a spectacular record in the amateurs too. Truck did, but I don't know. He's been having a lot of trouble. I'm gonna just say that. So I'm gonna go with Jahai. I'm gonna go with Jahai, even though Truck can pull it off. Troy Isley versus Vito. I got Troy Isley, and I don't even like Troy Isley. And there ain't no, you know, it's not like I hate him while I don't fuck. I'm being I just don't like his style. I'm not really fond of the dude. I don't know why. Every time I try watching fight, I get distracted so easy, and I got a strong attention span. So I don't know. He's just not an appealing fighter for me stylistically. I don't know. But one thing I can say is Vito Milnicki is ass. Like, nigga is super duper ass. So I'm gonna go with and Troy actually got skills. He actually nice. You feel me? So I'm gonna go with Troy Isley. I got Troy Isley on that one. Duarte versus Sims. Man. To be honest with you, I haven't seen Sims fight since he beat the shit out of Elvis Rodriguez nut ass. To be honest with you, I don't know what he's been doing since then. But obviously, he's in the winning column considering he's fighting Duarte. Duarte is strong. You know what I mean? He like to let his hands go. Sims showed a lot of dog in that Elvis fight. And he didn't give a fuck that Elvis was like this power puncher. He beat on him, bro. That's a good fight. I'm rooting for Sims. Duarte may possess a lot of problems. I heard Brian say Duarte like one of the strongest punchers he ever been in the ring with. Adames versus Jonabek need to be on that Canelo Bud card, to be honest with you. That should be added on there. I'm definitely rooting for Sims, though. I think he's from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Except that one dirty-ass nigga that live out there. Besides that, shout out to all the millions upon millions of people that's from Chicago. Shout out to Adrian Granado's coach. He came through Pivot to show love. We had a few people from Chicago come show the gym love. Shout out to the shot. You heard? I mean, not that dirty nigga that got that inflatable beanie on and shit. But shout out to everybody else. You feel me? But all right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and show love. As always, we've been on here for 2 hours and some change. You feel what I mean? If y'all appreciate the content, if y'all appreciate the boxing talk overall, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We do this on a daily basis. This is where the knowledgeable stay. This is a home of boxing excellence, Mazuma TV, man. We on the road to 3K, and we wanted to the 2,900 mark. So if you can click that subscribe button so I can finally get to that milestone, that'd be very much appreciated. Until then, y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.